Colin and Carol were twins. That made for a unique relationship because she was, even at an early age, sort of the caretaker of her brother, just tremendously supportive of each other. Even as a child, Carol loved people. People always talked about the amount of time she invested into the life of others. Whether it's birthdays or whether it's Mother's Day or whether it's Christmas, Carol was at the forefront. When you look at a loss like this, it's like a pebble you drop into a pond. Those ripples are far-reaching. Carol had come in from Windsor to attend her grandfather's 90th birthday. Colin was driving. They were coming home to my place because we were going to spend Thanksgiving Day together. And they were going west. The impaired driver, and she started out going west in the same direction as Colin and Carol. And from what witnesses said, she made a U-turn and crossed the median. The impaired driver was going in the wrong direction. He saw this car coming at him. She collided with the passenger side where Carol was sitting. The impact was, it's hard to describe. We went into the emergency room. The doctor had looked at Colin. He seemed physically all right. They put us in a room. So we sat and we sat. The doctor did come and he said, well, we did all we could, but she didn't make it. Colin was out of control. He started to scream. The last thing I think he wanted to hear, having been at that crash site, was that his sister had died. I just myself began to shake. And that was it. The matter of impaired driving came up almost immediately. The impaired driver, she was going to her boyfriend's home. So it wasn't that she had been coming from any kind of social function. She was just coming from her home. She did say that she had taken some kind of tranquilizer in addition to alcohol. The impaired driver is ultimately responsible. She could have avoided the crash. Avoidance is something that was not on her agenda. The first months after her death, I'd wake up every morning and I would cry, every morning. I have to remind myself, well, you won't be hearing from Carol, you won't be calling her. Colin has suffered from post-traumatic stress disorder. The loss of his sister has been overwhelming. The suddenness of Carol's death, there was no time to say goodbye. And that is probably the hardest thing to cope with. 1 minute they're saying, see you later, Mom. And the next minute there's absolute silence.